So, are you the kind of person who prefers giving presents or receiving? A new study says that when we reflect on what we've received from another person, we might feel an obligation to help them, or even begin to feel indebted to them. So, getting presents isn't good for us. This makes buying presents sound like a very stressful thing to do. Maybe we should avoid it altogether. Martin Goodyer is a psychologist. Morning, Martin.
Morning, Elliot. How you doing?
Very well. I'm a bit confused now. So is it better to give or is it better to receive?
Well, it's natural for us to want to give, and when they're talking about causing us to feel indebted to someone else, that's indebted in a good way, not necessarily in a stressful way. So if you think at the moment what's just happened with the Olympics and the games makers, for example, having all those people that have volunteered their time and given it for the benefit of the games, look at the good feeling that's been spread around because of that. I mean, I've been in and out of London over the last couple of weeks, and I can tell you that the feeling around the place is far more helpful than it ever normally is.
No, I went down to London the other week and during the games, and I've never been anywhere like it before. It's just not like London, is it?
No, it's just absolutely amazing. And if you think that, I mean, that's also been reflected in measurable terms. I think it's Volunteer Cornwall, isn't it, that's had a 40% increase in the number of volunteers that have come forward as a result of everything that's gone on around the Olympics. But it's natural for us to feel good about giving and then want to give something back in return. But that giving something back in return, we're not doing it for the other person or to feel stressful. We're doing it because it makes us feel even better. So it's all about me, really.
Yeah. Okay. So so receiving a gift, it's okay, it's fine. We shouldn't get stressed about it. It is okay to receive a gift. But what if you receive a gift, though, Martin, like I just said, and you don't like it? There's a minefield.
Yeah. Well, it's again, you mentioned earlier on about the thought behind it rather than the gift itself. Whenever giving and receiving gifts is a bit like a magic trick. It isn't in the moment that you get it that decides whether it's going to be a great gift or not. It's the meaning that you interpret that's gone behind it. It's the stuff that's gone before. So if you kind of know that there's been a bit of thought given to it or there's some emotion that's gone into that gift, even if the gift is totally pants or useless, you'll enjoy receiving it. There was a great study that was done in a restaurant with waiters and tips. And they were just giving out a cheap little sweet along with the bill. And the way that the experiment worked is that they would have one waiter that would just give a single sweet for each person, another waiter that would give 2 sweets for each person, but then the third one, which was really cool, is that the waiter would come along, get almost to the table, you would see him with the 1 sweet each, would look at you, put his hand in the pocket, bring out a whole handful more of sweets and put them on there as if he was making a decision to go, you're deserving of having some more. And the third one got huge numbers and more tips than the...
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, it's just sweet. You're not really enjoying the fact that you've been given that gift. It's the emotion or the thought or the meaning that goes behind it.
It's the fact that someone cared enough to give you a handful of sweets.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Wow.
When you look at Christmas and the stress that people get into with Christmas, I mean, there's a simple rule for giving the perfect present, and that's if you get somebody something that they will really enjoy that they would not have got for themselves, doesn't matter what the value is. But it could be a comic book that they really enjoyed when they were a kid. It could be, as that lady earlier on was saying, something that they'd made. It doesn't matter. That's the trick. If it's something that they would not have otherwise bought for themselves.
That's what makes the best gift. So you don't have to spend like thousands of pounds.
No, not at all. In fact, if you spend thousands of pounds on a gift to someone, and the meaning they extrapolate from it is you're trying to buy their favour, the gift will do more damage than good.
I need you to ring my other half. Can I give you a phone number? Can you explain that to her, please?
Now, you need to be thinking about what she would really enjoy, but that she would not buy for herself. The more you think about that, then you will have a perfect Christmas and all the benefits that come with it.
She would never buy a chainsaw, I know that, and she'd probably enjoy it. So.
Well, okay, well...
and if she didn't want it, I could have fun with it in the garden. So.
I think you might be making that one up earlier.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually, Martin. I think you're right. But, no, it's a complicated thing, and it's true, isn't it? I mean, you sort of said, the thought that goes into buying presents, but it's a minefield this time of year as we do approach the C word. It's, people get very stressed and you see people shopping, particularly fellas. I'm thinking blokes, and I'm one of them. Traipsing around the shops, actually looking like the weight of the entire universe is on their shoulders.
Yeah, and the reason that they're doing that is that as they're thinking about the present, they're thinking about what they should buy or what they could buy, rather than what they ought to be getting. If they actually thought about when you're buying a present for your wife, if you think about the things that she enjoys doing, the things that she already has in her wardrobe, the things that... go and look at some of the labels and stuff that she's got. See what she buys that she really enjoys. And then figure out what she would not get for herself, either because she thinks it would be an extravagance or, maybe she's got one of that already and having two would be too much. It doesn't matter, but something that demonstrates that you focused on her rather than on what the shops are trying to sell.
Right. I'll bear all that in mind, Martin. And if it all goes wrong, I'll be calling you.
You know where I am.
Good to speak to you. Thank you.
And you too, Elliott. Take care.
Martin Goodyer, psychologist, explaining some of the logic behind present giving and receiving.